So let's open up our sheet set manager and let's make sure we have our manufacturing sheet set example file opened up. Click open, go to manufacturing sheet set, click open, and here we go. So I want to talk to you about drawing properties from the sheet set manager. Now you can get a lot of information from that, and there are a lot of good ways to set that up. Now what you're going to want to do is set up a template file or template sheet set file that already has all of these items filled out for you. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click new sheet set. I'm going to say an example sheet set, click next, and I'm just going to pick one from scratch that says new sheet set. Click next, and I'm going to call this template sheet set. This is my template for new sheet set creation. All right, I'm going to tell it where to save it. And it's going to go right there. Now we're going to create our sheet set properties. I'm going to left click on here. So when you have a brand new one from scratch, that doesn't have much information in it. So what you're going to need is to set up your drawing properties. Now you do that through your edit custom properties button right there. As you can see here, I have none. They're all empty. I need to add some. So I click on the add button. Now, before you just start, you need to kind of think about it. What do you need on your drawing? Well, there are some things that are already here, like name. So this is the name of your sheet set. That's good. A description. So you have a description. You can use that for like a project type description if you want to. You can assign model views. So if you have a template file or a base file that has certain views in the model that you want to be able to zoom to or reference to, you can do that here. Same thing for labels. If you have places for callouts, you can click to those as well. And page setup overrides. Now this is one of my favorites. In your template file, your .dwt file that you use to create brand new AutoCAD files with, it should have some page setups. Page setups are used when you print. So you want to assign the DWT file here that has those page setups. This way, when you print, and we'll talk about printing in sheet sets later on, you don't even care if your page setups or your printer setups are set up in your AutoCAD files. You can override all of that right through the sheet set manager. Now here's where it gets to the property data and the drawing data here. It gets real important. Project number. So you want to put in an area for your project number. That's what it's probably going to have. Your project will have a name. You might have phases or different milestones. Now these items here, you can't get rid of. You're stuck with them. And there definitely aren't enough. And this is for the sheet creation right here. This is where your drawings are going to go to. And if you have a template file that you're going to use that already has like your title block already set up in it, you can use that from right here. Now, for your different property bits of information, now we're going to show you how to make those. You go to Edit Custom Properties, and you think about the things that we don't have that we're going to need. So I'm going to click Add, and it could be a lot of different things. One thing you might want is Engineer of Record, or maybe an architect or designer, whatever it is, someone whose name is going to be assigned to this project, to this drawing set. This is something that's going to need to show up on every drawing, or at least in multiple drawings, and it's always going to be the same. It won't matter what drawing it's on. So that type of information should be owned by the sheet set. And here's where you want to enter a default value. Now, the nice thing about entering a default value is that when you have your field set up to look at an engineer of record, as an example, it will automatically fill that text in for you. You don't even have to do it. So you can have your title block filled in for you before you even start working or drawing in your file. So whoever the engineer might be. And then click OK. And when you click OK, you'll see this additional value window right here come up. This is for your sheet set custom properties. And it tells you what it is, engineer of record. Now when you select it, you can change that value right here. I'm going to change it from value, and I'm just going to say something else. This is the engineer of record. That is that person's name. All right, well, let's make some more. What else might we need? Well, we need something that's going to show up on just the drawing. So I'm going to click Add, and I'm going to click on Sheet. This is going to be drawn by, and I'm going to put my name. I'm just going to put my initials. And here we go. So when you see your custom properties here, it's starting to fill out. We have these two bits of information. We have engineer of record, drawn by. I can't edit the default values here, and I can't change what these are. So once you set up your custom properties, you click OK. You can change the value or the default value right here. I can't do anything else though. So if you have something, engineer of record spelled wrong, or we don't have an engineer of record, I can come to my edit custom properties again, select it and delete it. So I can either get rid of it completely or just change the default value here in my properties palette. So keep that in mind. Another thing we might want is a checked by value. That'll be on the sheet because maybe someone else will check the sheet. Now you might want a submittal date. That submittal date might be for the entire project. So that's something we want to put on the sheet set. Click OK. Click OK, and here we go. Now we have some of these already set up. Now, what custom properties might you need? Think about that. Set them up as much as you possibly can and save your file as a template file. That way you won't have to set them up again on your next project. So you can put any type of information you want to in your sheet set properties. If there's something that you might want to put on there that's going to change over a lot of different times, but it's going to be the same on every sheet, it needs to be the same, you can put that in here. Let's say I'm working on a civil design project and I have road names. Let's say I have 5 different roads. Say I have road A. I'm going to add another one, road B, add another one, road C. Click OK. Click OK. And so now I click OK, and I'm going to click Next. And when I click Next, this gives me a bit of an overview. Click Finish, and this is my template sheet set. Now, once I'm in a sheet set, I can right click on the title of it and go to Properties, and I can get back to all of my properties like this. So once you've set up your template file, it's okay if you have to add something for a project that's project specific. Maybe the client has a special need that they require for that project. That's fine. Maybe there's a statute from local municipality code that is unique to that project. That's okay too. Now, the great thing about this, as in with the examples of our road names, so we put text on 5 or 6 different sheets that says road A, road A, road A. Now we have names. Let's say this is Blue Street and road C is Red Avenue and road B is Flower Lane. So now anywhere I have these bits of text, they will be updated throughout my sheet set. That's information that's going to need to show up on maybe an overall plan site, maybe on a utility plan site. And then when I go to plan and profiles, the profile for that roadway will need to show up for that name. And now I don't have to go to 4, 5, 6 different sheets and make the change. I just come to my sheet set properties, change it in one spot. So that's the drawing properties, sheet set properties. And that's how you get your drawing properties and your sheet set properties together to show up on your sheets.